few men in history have been able to transform, to truly re-examine their beliefs. Malcolm X went from being the son of a preacher, to a hustler and a thief, to a convict, to a black Muslim, to a man willing to accept all people, regardless of race or religion. It was for this last transformation, leaving the extremism of black Muslims at the time, that Malcolm X was killed. In 1965, lifelong friend Ossie Davis gave the eulogy of Malcolm X in Harlem, New York. Here, at this final hour, in this quiet place, Harlem has come to bid farewell to one of its brightest hopes, extinguished now and gone from us forever. For Harlem is where he worked, and where he struggled and fought, his home of homes, where his heart was, and where his people are. And it is, therefore, most fitting that we meet him once again, in Harlem, to share these last moments with him. For Harlem has been ever gracious to those who have loved her, have fought for her, and have defended her honor even to the death. Never before in history has this beleaguered, unfortunate, but nonetheless proud community found a braver, more gallant young champion than in this Afro-American who lies before us, unconquered still. I say the word again, as he would want me to. Afro-American. Afro-American Malcolm, who was a master, was most meticulous in his use of words. Nobody knew better than he the power words have over the minds of men. Malcolm had stopped being a Negro years ago. It had become too small, too puny, too weak a word for him. Malcolm was bigger than that. Malcolm had become an Afro-American, and he wanted so desperately that all his people, will become Afro-Americans too. There are those who will consider it their duty as friends of the Negro people to tell us to revile him, to flee, even from the presence of his memory, to save ourselves by writing him out of the history of our turbulent times. Many will ask what Harlem finds to honor in this stormy, controversial, and bold young captain. And we will smile. Many will say, turn away from this man, for he is not a man, but a demon, a monster, a subverter, and an enemy of the black man. And we will smile. They will say that he is of hate, a fanatic, a racist, who can only bring evil to the cause for which you struggle. And we will answer and say to them, did he ever do a mean thing? Was he ever himself associated with violence or any public disturbance? Did you ever talk to Brother Malcolm? Did you ever connect with him or have him smile at you? Did you ever really listen to him? For if you did, you would know why we must honor him. And if you knew him, Malcolm was our manhood, our living black manhood. That was his meaning to his people. And in honoring him, we honor the best in ourselves. Last year, from Africa, he wrote these words to a friend. My journey, he says, is almost ended, and I have a much broader scope than when I started out, which, I believe, will add new life, dimension, to our struggle to freedom and honor and dignity in the States. I am writing these things so that you will know for a fact the tremendous sympathy and support we have among the African states for our human rights struggle. The main thing is that we keep a united front, wherein our most valuable time and energy will not be wasted fighting each other. That is what Malcolm said. However we may have differed with him, or with each other about him and his value as a man, let him going from us serve only to bring us together now. Consigning these mortal remains to earth, the common mother of us all, secure in the knowledge that when we place in the ground is no more now a man, but a seed, which, after the winter of our discontent, will come forward again to meet us. And we will know him then for what he was and is, a prince, our own black, shining prince, who was not afraid to die because he loved us so.